The 2000s, a decade where reality TV was practically a religion. Low-rise jeans defied the laws of fashion, and status was measured by the size of your wallet and the scale of your parties. If your birthday didn't resemble a royal coronation with a side of pyrotechnics, did you even exist? Probably not. For the elite, the mantra was simple: go big, go bold, and make sure your bash was the talk of the tabloids for years to come. So, let's fire up the nostalgia machine and take a stroll through the most outrageously opulent birthday parties of the 2000s. 1. Paris Hilton's 21st birthday. Because one party is never enough. Paris Hilton entered her 21st year with a bang, throwing not one, not two, but 6 birthday parties across 6 different countries over several months, making sure the world knew she was finally legal in all 50 American states. The socialite-turned-model, pop star, DJ, and fragrance mogul started the festivities in true Paris style at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. "I would always go to Vegas with a fake ID, so this was the first time I went legally," she confessed to V Magazine. And what better place to celebrate your first legal drink than Sin City itself? But, of course, the Paris Hilton birthday extravaganza didn't end there. Next up was New York City, where she recreated the legendary Studio 54, the iconic 1970s hotspot where her parents once rubbed elbows with the likes of Andy Warhol. The guest list was a glittering who's who of A-listers, including Hugh Hefner and Kris Jenner. This wasn't just a birthday party, it was the place to be seen, a major networking event for the rich and famous. Paris, always the showstopper, arrived in a turquoise ruffled heatherette dress, dripping in figure skater-worthy Swarovski crystals down the sides and topped off with a tiara. Because if you're going to party like royalty, you might as well dress the part. And the globe-trotting didn't stop in the Big Apple. Then I went to Paris, France, and did a huge party there. Because, you know, Paris in Paris, she told V Magazine. In the City of Lights, the party was as extravagant as you'd expect, blending Parisian elegance with Hilton's signature flair. It was here that she introduced one of her signature drinks, a custom cocktail that added an extra layer of sophistication to the night. From there, it was off to London, where she made headlines in the now iconic silver chainmail halter dress by British designer Julian MacDonald. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, this dress is everything," she gushed. And she wasn't wrong. Years later, that same dress would inspire Kendall Jenner, who wore a replica to her own 21st birthday in 2016. As if that wasn't enough, Hilton held a bash for her thousands of fans in Tokyo, proving that her influence was truly global. The party favors? Nothing short of luxurious. Guests left with high-end designer perfumes and custom swag bags filled with Paris Hilton-branded merchandise. Finally, she wrapped up the whirlwind tour in Los Angeles, opting for a more intimate gathering with family and close friends. But even her low-key parties were anything but ordinary. When she returned home, her place was flooded with jewelry, flowers, and a silver Porsche as gifts. The total cost of this international birthday extravaganza, rumored to be in the millions, from booking exclusive venues in the world's most expensive cities to flying out her entourage and maintaining her lavish lifestyle across continents, Paris Hilton spared no expense. The media coverage was off the charts, with paparazzi stationed at every venue, ensuring Paris stayed at the top of the headlines for weeks. 2. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's daughter's birthday. When Beyoncé and Jay-Z's daughter Blue Ivy Carter celebrated her first birthday on January 7, 2013, it was nothing short of a royal affair. With a staggering $200,000 spent, this was not your average toddler's birthday party. The power couple went all out to ensure their little girl's first year was marked with the kind of opulence you'd expect from music royalty. The venue for this extravagant bash was a private estate in Los Angeles, which was transformed into an enchanted forest that would make even Disney jealous. From the moment guests arrived, they were greeted with a whimsical wonderland, where every detail was meticulously crafted to delight and impress. The centerpiece of the celebration was a custom-designed playground, complete with mini slides and swings adorned in plush, glittering materials. This wasn't just any playground, it was a miniature paradise that looked like it belonged in a theme park rather than a backyard. The party's pièce de résistance, a $2,000 cake that was as much a work of art as it was a dessert. The cake featured multi-tiered layers, delicate decorations, and even edible gold leaf. The lavishness didn't stop there. Beyoncé and Jay-Z also splurged on $80,000 worth of gifts, showcasing their commitment to celebrating their daughter's milestone with extravagant flair. The food and beverage offerings were equally lavish. Guests enjoyed gourmet treats, including artisanal cupcakes and custom-made cakes, alongside a variety of sweet and savory delicacies. The party favors were just as exclusive, adding an extra touch of luxury to the event. Entertainment was top-notch, with a live performance by a top artist and professional dancers who put on a show that captivated both adults and children. The entire celebration was designed to keep everyone thoroughly engaged and entertained. 3. Naomi Campbell's 35th birthday, the ultimate supermodel soiree. When supermodel Naomi Campbell turned 35 in 2005, she proved that being fashion royalty means celebrating in a way that's anything but ordinary. And what better way to mark the occasion than with a 3-day extravaganza on the exclusive beaches of Dubai? Yes, you heard that right. 3 days of non-stop partying in one of the world's most luxurious cities, because a single day simply wouldn't suffice for someone like Naomi. The celebration was held at the super luxe Burj Al Arab, the iconic sail-shaped hotel that's synonymous with opulence. Naomi didn't just book a room, she practically took over the entire place, ensuring that her birthday would be the only thing anyone in Dubai was talking about that week. The guest list was as star-studded as they come, with A-listers from the fashion world, Hollywood, and beyond jetting in for the festivities. Think Kate Moss, Donatella, and a slew of other fabulous names all there to honor the queen of the catwalk. Day one kicked off with a lavish, all-white party on a private yacht where guests sipped on champagne and nibbled on gourmet canapes as they cruised around the Persian Gulf. The yacht wasn't just any old boat, it was a floating palace, decked out with everything you could imagine, from marble floors to gold-plated fixtures. And the dress code? Strictly white, of course, ensuring that the photos from the night looked as chic as the guest list itself. Day two was all about glitz and glamour, with a black-tie gala held in the Burj Al Arab's extravagant ballroom. The theme? Diamonds are a girl's best friend. The decor was dripping in crystals, and the guests were dripping in, well, actual diamonds. Naomi herself made a grand entrance in a custom-made gown that was rumored to be worth more than most people's annual salary. And because one show-stopping look wasn't enough, she changed outfits multiple times throughout the night, each more dazzling than the last. The final day of the celebration was a beach party that could only be described as the epitome of luxury. Picture a private stretch of sand lined with cabanas, each one filled with plush cushions, flowing champagne, and endless trays of exotic fruits. There were live performances, fire dancers, and even a private fireworks display that lit up the Dubai skyline in Naomi's honor. The cost of this 3-day spectacle, estimated to be well over $1.8 million, but when you're Naomi Campbell, can you really put a price on being fabulous? The event was so over the top that it made headlines around the world, solidifying Naomi's status not just as a supermodel, but as a living legend who knows how to throw a party that people will talk about for years. 4. Kate Moss's 40th birthday, rock and roll. Royalty meets high fashion. Kate Moss, the ultimate fashion icon who seems to defy aging, celebrated her 40th birthday on January 16, 2014, with a bash that was as cool and chic as she is. And where else would a rock and roll royal like Kate choose to celebrate a milestone birthday but in the heart of London's fashionable elite? The venue? A sprawling mansion in the city's posh area of Highgate transformed into a playground of glitz and glamour for the night. But Kate's 40th wasn't just a birthday bash. It was a 4-day boho chic Fantasia Fest that made Glastonbury look like a church picnic. With a cool $125,000 splashed out, Kate transformed her celebration into a fashion-forward festival, complete with hippie-style yurts that gave Coachella a run for its money. Imagine a blend of rock and roll sophistication and festival fun, where the boundaries between high fashion and bohemian chic were gloriously blurred. The carnival-themed frolics were the life of the party, dazzling even the most jaded of revelers. Fire jugglers straight out of a fantasy novel lit up the night, adding a touch of magic and mayhem. And face painters ensured that everyone could embrace their wild side, turning guests into living, breathing works of art. The guest list was a who's who of fashion and music royalty, including legends like Sir Philip Green, Stella McCartney, and an array of celebrity friends from her modeling heyday. Everyone gathered to pay tribute to Kate's iconic style and celebrated her fabulous 4 decades with style, sophistication, and a touch of rock and roll. The night kicked off with a dazzling entrance. Guests were greeted with a red carpet that wasn't just for show, it was a literal runway, setting the stage for what was to come. Inside, the mansion was decked out in a style that screamed opulence and rebellious chic. Think luxe velvet drapes, extravagant chandeliers, and a dance floor that could make even the most reluctant partygoer bust a move. Kate herself made a grand entrance in a dress that perfectly embodied her rock and roll persona. The look? A custom-made black lace gown that was as daring as it was elegant, accessorized with her signature tousled hair and an effortless attitude. The outfit was a hit, drawing comparisons to her iconic fashion moments and setting a high bar for party wear. As the night progressed, guests enjoyed a sumptuous array of gourmet food and bespoke cocktails. The drinks were as fashionable as the crowd, with a menu that included everything from artisanal martinis to vintage champagne. The food, decadent canapes, and a lavish buffet, making sure no one left hungry after dancing the night away. But the real highlight of the evening was the entertainment. The party featured live performances by some of the biggest names in music, turning the mansion into a private concert venue. There were impromptu jam sessions, surprise guest appearances, and a DJ set that kept the dance floor packed until the early hours of the morning. That's it for today's tour. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep dreaming big and party like it's 2009.